Hi Virgos, how are you? Happy March. This is your March reading. It's me, Camila Rose. So happy to see you. So happy to get into a new month. February was a moment. It was a moment in time. It was a little rough, to be honest with you. So I'm very much so, I believe like everyone, looking forward to the astrological new year, looking forward to spring and the rebirth and that Aries energy to maybe give us a little pep in our step. So let's see what's coming up in the cards for Virgos for the month of March. Starting off fast. Ooh, 4 of Swords. We love it. Rest, mental vacation, time to take in all the lessons that you've learned. The 9 of Wands in reverse is the clarifier, or no, it's the main clarifier for this reading. Or the first clarifier for the 4 of Swords. So, you may still be pushing up against some resistance or working towards some of those goals. Looks like part of this is the fact that you are still trying to maybe clarify exactly which cup you need to choose. Choose a cup. You must choose a cup. Your inability to choose a cup will hinder you from actually being able to concentrate your energy and move forward. So choose a cup. I know there's quite a few things that you would like to do. There's quite a few interests that you have. Concentrate that energy and direct it. Turn that 9 of Wands right side up so that you can see the fruits of your labor. From that, we find that as you're looking through what your desires are, you may be trying to figure out really what does a happy home, a space full of joy and laughter that brings you a lot of stability and grounds that energy of creation and exploration. What does that look like for you? And you may be finding that you're in a very good space. There's a lot of good energy here. 7 of Cups is dreaming. 4 of Wands is feeling happy and secure and grounding that energy. Page of Pentacles is knowing where you want to plant that seed, knowing where you want to invest your time, your energy, and your money. So I think you make that choice when you get out of maybe that kind of holding space. But this is that time for reflection. There's a reason why you're slowing down a little bit mentally with this, because you are kind of choosing your next route, your next investment. And so we have a 6 of Cups here, lots of cups. You have a lot of emotional stuff going on this month, my Virgos, my lovely Virgos. A lot in the feelings realm happening here. So we have a 6 of Cups that's also kind of wanting some attention, right? So some things from your past, maybe some decisions that you've made in your past. You're looking upon them, maybe back, hopefully, with some feelings of warm feelings, feeling nice about them, rose-colored glasses, thinking about the joy of your youth, thinking about the good times that happened, that maybe put you where you want it, especially if it's about a relationship, a partnership. Page of Wands. So you may be wanting to get back out there if you're single, or if you have a partnership. Feel that kind of fun passion like when you first met, when things first got started. But there may be some, a holdup. The desire is there, but the communication is stilted. So something's going on here. Something is out of alignment, and this may be what you're spending some time trying to get clarity on, trying to understand, because there's a little misalignment going on here, where you should be if you're, thinking about the past, and if there is some sort of trauma that's going on that you are looking through rose-colored glasses and maybe not the reality of what was happening. This may be why it's making it difficult for discussions to happen in the same way. But the passion's there, the passion and the desire, getting back out there, renewing your relationship, renewing your partnership is there. And offers coming in. Perhaps you are making an offer, perhaps your partner is making an offer, which I think is fantastic. We have a King of Wands in reverse. Okay. So this can either be I hate to say it, but kind of ignoring responsibilities, kind of not growing up in a sense. So that naivete, that 9 of Wands that was kind of showing up here, and like that lack of forward movement. So there may be someone who is that Page of Wands, and they're sticking in that Page of Wands energy, that just, I want to keep it fun, I want to keep it light, I don't necessarily want this to develop further. This could be you finding that maybe that is your truth, you know? And there could be an ending that comes from that, you know? So you may not take the cup if it's being offered to you, if it's not, if the person is not making the offer that is what you desire. But if you are showing up as the King of Wands in reverse, and you're recognizing that this isn't, when you picture this 4 of Wands energy, you may not see it in this situation. This also may be an invitation, though, for you to look at maybe ways you need to mature so that you can allow in more of this King of Wands, because this lack of communication was already concerning. The passion's there, the desire's there, the connections are there, but the communication is not, the forward thinking is not, the maturity in the thought process is not. And it's like you kind of took a break from wanting to think about this so much. You wanted to feel into it. You wanted to just move. You wanted to act. You want your feelings to be validated and heard and felt. But you're not necessarily thinking this through. You're at this point where it's like, well, I've learned my lessons, let me take them in. And now I'm like, okay, wonderful. Put action behind them. But that means that you're going to have to speak up, and it means that you're going to have to mature in how you're directing that fiery energy. And I think that if this is your partner, or the person who's coming in and making an offer, you know, be of mind. And this may just be that this is someone who's realizing they can't be King of Wands forever. Maybe they have to be more serious, you know. But either way, an ending is coming. And part of that is going to usher in quite a bit of manifestation. A lot of conversations will be happening. 8 of Wands is quick communication, quick messages. So there might be a lot of back and forth in this situation, but it also can be the energy of manifestations. It's the energy of the things that you've put out there energetically coming down to the earth and actually like growing up and showing up around you. Which is why at the beginning of the month, as I'm saying, be mindful and pick a cup. Because what it is you're putting out there, you are bringing into fruition. You are bringing into this world, and you may see the results of this by the end of this month. And so if you want partnership, whatever this 4 of Wands means for you, if you want partnership, you want fun, you want freedom, you want whatever it looks like, it doesn't matter what's actually represented by 4 of Wands for you. It just matters that you figure out what that actually is. You be truthful and honest with yourself, and then you pick that cup. You direct yourself in that direction. You don't get caught up in the past or in the dreams or in the fantasies. This is great to dream. This is exactly what you should be doing. You should be looking at all the options of what would make your heart feel happy, and then you pick one. This is not where you want to be in the dreams and in the fantasy. This is where you want to be in the clarity. This is where you don't want to get the wool pulled over your eyes emotionally, where because of your emotional connection, you are moving into things that don't make a lot of sense, or where there's a lack of communication. Because then we find ourselves in this conundrum coming up here where it's like, do I move forward? Do I not move forward? Is this the right choice? Is this not the right choice? And it's not even a going back and forth in that. It's because of the fact that there isn't a maturity here to be able to step up and say, hey, we needed to have these conversations. Are our values in alignment? Do we want the same things in long term? If I tell you about my dream of what my 7 of Cups looks like and my 4 of Wands, does that match up with yours? Can we compromise? Those conversations may not be happening, or if they do, they may not be in alignment, and you find that it's time to end this situation. This is also the card of Scorpio, so there may be some Scorpio energy showing up for you. Either way, communication will be happening towards the end of this, and manifestations will be coming to place. So be mindful of how that is showing up. Your outcome card is the Queen of Cups. It was kind of all over the place. It fell on the floor. So there may be a bit of making sure that you are not neglecting your emotional well-being, taking care of your heart, being very mindful of your self-care habits. an Ace of Wands. So it may be a new journey. It may be something you going after a new passion now, maybe recognizing that this was not in an alignment. This may have been why you were experiencing issues getting this energy to kind of flow to begin with. And this goes back to this kind of ongoing thread of what's been happening with this Virgo energy that I've seen around support. This is continuing over from that kind of, your energy took a weird kind of dip in or shift in towards the end of January. But this is around that kind of ongoing, I think, from the universe push for you to find the spaces where you're actually supported, to find the people who actually show up for you, to shift around this energy of feeling left out in the cold. This is when we're like creatively, or like as far as like having the same passions and going in the same direction, it's not in alignment. You know, so it's like, well, I have to take care of my heart. I have to take care of myself. I can't sacrifice my heart. So maybe I need to take my stick and I need to go home. Maybe I need to find somewhere else, or find someone else who can hold this space with me. And Ten of Pentacles, which is beautiful because you have a legacy that you want to build. You have a legacy that you're working towards. And there are people who will never leave you out in the cold. There are the doors that will always be open to you with the lights turned on and the warm food waiting for you. Is that your Ten of Wands? Or your Four of Wands? And especially when it comes to your finances. We see a Knight of Pentacles here, which is like moving forward in that investment, moving forward in that way. And look at how we see this Knight of Pentacles and with this Death card that are very similar to each other. This dream that you have, that you want to invest time and energy into, that you see could be something that could create a legacy for you. It cannot do that if you're constantly being distracted by these random pursuits of passion, whether that is projects or people. You need to get very clear on what it is you actually want to commit your time and your energy to, and you need to focus on that. This is very interesting energy because it's very like not necessarily Virgo energy to me, but it is in the sense of Virgos they do like to help. They do like to serve. And so if you are looking for someone to be able to commit your time and effort and energy towards to improve, you're the improvers, you're the assessors of our zodiac. And if you're finding folks who you take on as projects, or you're finding literal projects to take on, to try to improve, to try to make better, to try to help get into alignment and be more successful, but it's not your cup, it's not one of your chosen cups, I would be very honest with you, it's just a distraction. It's just a distraction. And it's time to take a minute, take a breath. Why are you looking for distractions? What is it that's going on? Perhaps from a connection in the past, perhaps from a function or a role that you have served in the past, or that you feel is a part of your identity that needs to save others, that is distracting you from honestly being able to save yourself, to build your own legacy. Okay, so take a look at that. Think through that as we move through March. Okay, that's going to be it. I love you, love you, love you, love you so much, Virgo. If you would like help with this, reach out, connect with me. I can give you a private reading or a personal reading. We can get into the nitty gritty of things. We can go over some techniques to help you. We can do some inner work to explore what may be, what is that part of your unconscious, or the inflation of your ego that leads you to these moments of alienation and kind of kicks you back down to earth to make you recognize that, like, hey, this is not the move. We can explore what that background looks like and how that's been functioning for you, and get you to a space where you can move forward. And maybe in part of this, there's not a lot of cycle energy here, but it is very much like, I'm like, no, I've seen this already. I've seen this energy already. What's happening here? There's an underlying thread here. We can figure out what that is and how to put some practices and things in place to move you forward. All right, I love you. Again, subscribe, comment, do all the things. See y'all later. Bye-bye.